Spend a bit of time in this credit card game and it won't be long before you're forming your own ideas on exactly what these credit card companies need to do to really just make things better for everybody. And with so many different credit cards, they have so many chances to get it right. And yet, we still get these atrocious cards, especially from these airlines that aren't even good half the time to using their own metal. And you gotta be thinking, it can't be that difficult to give us really good cards, right? Especially the perfect card. And to be honest, it's not. It's pretty simple, but we'll never get it. And here's why. What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to Mike's Travels and Cents, where I'll go over points and travel strategies, and more importantly, how not to go broke while enjoying it all. Now, if that sounds good to you, consider subscribing to the channel so you don't miss future content like this. And if you found some value in this video, drop me a like to let me know. But with all that out of the way, let's get into the video. But before I actually do get into the video, I'd first like to give a shout out to Debt to Dollars for inspiring this video through a comment that he posted on one of my older videos. So I'll leave a link to his channel in the description below, and you guys should definitely go check it out. He's got a lot of great financial content over there, and he's been established before me, so he's got a lot more content right now. But yeah, you guys should definitely go check out his channel. So what I'm going to do in this video is I'm actually going to build out the perfect credit card, or at least what I think a lot of people would agree would be the perfect credit card. And to keep things realistic, I'm gonna try and build this card within the confines of what we actually already have. So I won't say, oh, it's an American Express card with American Express partners, but we'll give it Chase Ultimate Reward so you can use Hyatt on it instead. No, I'm not gonna do anything crazy. So that's the plan as far as building out the card. And then from there, I'm gonna explain why we'll never probably see a card that looks anything like this. So I'll make you fall in love with the card, and then I'm gonna break your heart. But hey, all is fair and credit cards are war, right? Let's get into it. So first, let's start building out this card, and we're gonna start with the foundation, i.e. the bank that's backing this card. And realistically, the only choices I think we have is Chase and American Express. And if you've been following my channel for any bit of time, you already know that I'm pretty partial to American Express as it is. Membership reward points are just way easier to earn, and American Express has more airline transfer partners than Chase, and American Express has Hilton, which I think is the best hotel rewards program. So let's say this is going to be an American Express charge card, meaning we're not limited by the 5 credit card cap, and this card is earning membership reward points, so a nice flexible currency. Now that we have that out of the way, we can throw the bonus range or whatever from the American Express Platinum onto this card. So we're looking at a bonus anywhere from 60,000 membership reward points to 100,000 membership reward points. Though I don't think we need to get too hung up on the bonus here, since we're supposed to be building out the perfect card. So that means we're gonna still love this card way after the honeymoon phase, way after the embers from that sign-up bonus has burned out. Beyond that, let's look at the the point structuring. So by that I mean, the American Express Gold Card has a 4-3-1 structure. So 4 points on groceries and dining, and then 3 points on travel. So we're gonna have a 5-4-1 structure with this card. So 5 points for the highest category, 4 points for another category, and then 1 point for everything else. And for each tier in the bonus categories, we're gonna have 2 kind of categories of spend. So similar to how the Sapphire Reserve has travel and dining and that 3x slot, that's what we're gonna do with this card. So for that 5x multiplier, and I know there's gonna be a bit of disagreement, but you can't please them all, right? But I think a lot of people would agree that a grocery spend 5x category would be crazy. And then for the second slot in that 5x category, it should be a general travel category. Now for the grocery bit, this is where people spend a lot of money, so it'd be very easy to rack up a lot of points. Not only that, but this will give you the opportunity to tap into those gift cards that grocery stores have to kind of even spread that 5x multiplier out to even more areas of spend in somewhat an indirect way. And then for that general travel category, it's not too far-fetched for American Express. They already technically have a general travel spend category on their American Express Green Card. Moving on to the 4-point category, and I think one slot should go to dining and the other slot should go to entertainment. And I'm talking things like Xbox Live, Hulu, Netflix, internet, and maybe throw in a phone bill or something if they're feeling a little generous. And I originally debated on giving this second slot actually to gas, but then I figured most people probably spend more money month over month in entertainment, especially as we get more and more streaming services. People are probably really pushing that budget for their entertainment. And then this will also allow you to maybe let people put your card down for, you know, their Xbox subscription or their Hulu subscription, and then just send you the money directly. So that way you really maximize on that 4X category. And then obviously everything else would just be at that 1X multiplier. Now that we have the hard part out of the way, let's start filling in those perks. And every good travel card needs a travel credit. And to keep this realistic, I'm gonna kind of use the travel credit from the City Prestige. And this means this card is gonna have an annual $250 very broad travel credit. And this is gonna renew every calendar year. And so this means that in the first year, you're actually gonna have $500 in travel credits on top of the sign-up bonus, which is a pretty good deal. And I don't think we really need to add any other credits to this. So no airline credit or Uber allowances. I don't think that's needed. Beyond that, let's look at the reason people pay premiums for these credit cards, and that's elite status. Since we're dealing with an American Express here, the only programs we really have to work with are Hilton, Marriott, and Delta. And to make this a little bit more interesting, I think Delta's silver medallion status would be a killer perk for this card. At this membership level, consumers will have access to complimentary first class upgrades on domestic flights and short haul international flights, unlimited complimentary Comfort Plus upgrades, earn 8 miles per dollar spent, and waive baggage fees. With perks like this, it's sure to make any non-Delta loyalist convert and probably exclusively fly Delta whenever they have the chance. To finish this up, and I think adding the travel protections of a card like the Sapphire Reserve will really just set this card over the edge. So that means primary rental car insurance, trip interruption, trip cancellation, trip delays, all that on one-ways and round trips when it comes to flights. And throw in the concierge services, the price protection, and all the lounge access of the Platinum card, and boom, we have the perfect card in my opinion. Except we're still missing one thing. Can anybody take a guess? You there in the back with your hand raised. No, not you, there's somebody behind you. You can't see him. Yeah, you. That's right, we're still missing the annual fee. And in a perfect world, I know this would be a free card, right? But we're building the perfect card, not the perfect world. That's for a separate video. So for something like this to even be possible, you know it's gonna come at a price. And I think the only thing we can really expect is somewhere in the ballpark of $700. Yeah, pretty steep, but keep in mind, this is coming with a $250 annual travel credit to greatly offset that. And this is coming with Delta Medallion Silver status, which is gonna waive those check bags. You're gonna get complimentary upgrades, not to mention all the points you're gonna get from those very lucrative multipliers. And so there you have it, the perfect card, the American Express, fill in the blank, and yeah, that's it. Now I know I've made you fall in love with this card, but unfortunately it's the part where I have to break your heart, because this will never happen. Unless American Express watches this video and thinks it's so crazy it just might work, I wouldn't hold my breath if I was you. And this is never gonna come to be for 2 words: target audience. You see, this is the perfect card for point enthusiasts, the people that are gonna find a way to squeeze every bit of value out of this card. I'm talking about every spend is going to be category spend. We're always going to use the annual travel credit, and we're always going to find a way to make sure we have the highest chances of getting an upgrade on those Delta flights. But point enthusiasts are nobody's target audience. These banks definitely profit from us, but they also definitely profit the least from us. Credit card enthusiasts leave no stone unturned, no credit unredeemed, and no perk unperked. So who else would this card be for? Well, on the one hand, you have the everyday person, but I don't think the everyday person is really looking to commit $700 to a credit card. Even if when you offset that annual fee with the $250 annual travel credit, you still have $450 that you got to foot the bill for with no direct credits to help you offset it even further. And yeah, the point bonus categories are very, very, very nice, but honestly, I think more people would probably lean towards the Sapphire Reserve when that annual fee was $450 with that $300 credit to offset it. But I think now with that $550 annual fee, I think that's just a little bit too much of a mental barrier for people to overcome for a credit card. So if not the everyday person, surely the affluent will be willing to get this card, right? I doubt it. You see, the affluent care more about status and complementing their existing lifestyle. They're not really looking to see what the other side is like, because they are the other side. This is why the platinum card is more viable for them. It's more about complementing a luxury lifestyle that already exists. It's not about, getting you to that level. And if you watch the video I put up before on why the platinum card really isn't for the everyday person, that should clear a little bit of that up. The point is, this card wouldn't really be liked by the wealthy because it just doesn't come with enough status benefits. And for a card with a higher annual fee than a platinum card to come with fewer status benefits would be very unappealing. The point bonus categories are nice and all, but that's not really a driving factor for the wealthy. Case in point, the Centurion card earns a flat 1 point per dollar on all spend, and yet comes with an astronomical annual fee of $5,000. And that's because it just comes with way more benefits and higher tier status than the platinum card, so that's why people are actually willing to get it. So that essentially means the annual fee on this card would be way too high for the everyday person, and the perks on this card aren't enough to draw in the wealthy. So unfortunately, that leaves us point enthusiasts somewhere in the middle, wishing for a card that'll never be. There is a small real hope of seeing a card that looks something like this possibly in the future, with the apparent annual fee creep of all these premium cards across several banks. And looking at cards like the Platinum card, the Sapphire Reserve, the Delta Reserve, and the United Club Infinite card, all having annual fees over $500. It's a chance that they're going to start modifying these benefits to look somewhat like a version of the card we've created here. But that's all I have for this one, and as always, if you found some value in this video, you should definitely drop me a like to let me know. And if you want to be sure to catch more content just like this, consider subscribing to the channel so you don't miss future content, and hit that notification bell so you're notified whenever I do actually upload. Which, not to brag, but I gotta say I've been doing a lot better at consistently uploading. So there's that. But remember, the one thing more valuable than your points is your money, and the only thing more valuable than your money is your time. But until next time,